In today's video, we're going to go over 5 habits to help you overcome a shopping addiction. Hi everyone, my name is Helen. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go over 5 habits to help you overcome a shopping addiction. And these are just some of the things you can do to just kind of help you get over overpaying for things, buying things that you don't need, or really just having a problem with shopping and trying to use shopping as therapy. So these are just some tools to give you a little bit of a boost. So let's just jump right into the topic. The first way that you can help with your shopping addiction is to start journaling. Now, journaling is a very useful tool when your shopping addiction is related to perhaps emotional things, or you're using it as kind of a therapy for your situation, or really just going about shopping addiction in a way that is pertaining to your personal emotions. The way that journaling is helpful when you have a shopping addiction is really just to organize your thoughts and kind of get things in order when it comes to anxiety, depression, or any other mood conditions. Now, journaling is a very useful tool because you are getting your thoughts on paper, you're really spelling out what's going on in your own mind, and that helps you to figure out if there's any underlying factors that are contributing to your shopping addiction. It gives you kind of a sense of what's going on in your mind. It gives you a focus for your feelings and your emotions. And it also helps you understand that if you're having symptoms of depression or anxiety or any other mood conditions that are contributing to your shopping addiction, you're really able to get those under control. The second habit that can help you overcome a shopping addiction is really just to change your perspective on what you are buying. Now, when you look at the price of, let's say, a purse, a pair of shoes, or any other item that you are just compulsively purchasing, you can look at those prices and really think of it in the perspective of, oh, this is a fun purchase. This is a lot of money, but it's not a big deal because I'll have this item. The problem with that kind of perspective is that you're really not valuing money for what it is. You're looking at money as a way to buy an item that you don't need, that's not really going to be helpful in your life, and is really just an impulse buy. Now, when you want to change your perspective on these purchases, look at something like, let's say, a trip abroad or a visit to a place that you really want to go. Look at the price of traveling somewhere and compare that price. Let's say the price of a really nice hotel and the price of a ticket to anywhere in the world that you've wanted to visit. And now look at that compared to the price of a purse. Is it really worth it to you to spend that kind of money on a purse when instead that money could be spent on an experience that will last you a lifetime? Now, these experiences are going to be much more valuable to you when it comes to your memories and really what you're doing with your life. And even if you do not actually go on a trip, looking at the price of going on an exotic vacation compared to the price of buying a pair of shoes or a purse, it's going to put it into perspective as to what you can do with your money if you are not compulsively buying items that you don't even need. The third habit that can help you with your shopping addiction is to go through the items that you already have. Look through your closet and see, what do I have already in my closet? Do you have a multitude of purses? Do you have a lot of designer shoes? Do you have a lot of clothing items that you aren't even wearing that you've completely forgotten about? The problem with spending addictions and shopping addictions is that you are buying things on a compulsion. You are buying things on impulse. And in many cases, you end up with a lot of items in your closet that you completely forget about. Rather than going out and spending at a store, go and take a walk through your closet. Look at what you still have with tags on them. Look at what is in your closet currently. Do you have a lot of purses? Can you really value those purses if you keep going and buying new ones and you don't even use the ones that are in your closet? Think about your current wardrobe. Do you have items with tags still on them? If you have items that still have the tags on them, maybe instead of going to the store, you should think of looking at your closet as though you've already gotten to the store and now you've got these brand new items that you've never worn sitting in your closet. Maybe start wearing those items and enjoying the items that you already have rather than going out and purchasing new items and then feeling guilty that you just overspend on a bunch of clothes that you don't even need. The fourth habit that you want to develop when it comes to your shopping addiction and overcoming a shopping addiction is to stop watching social media that glorifies shopping. Now, I know when it comes to social media, it can be very tempting to look at things that you really enjoy and seeing other people going shopping and looking at the items that they're buying and how that might fit in with your own personal fashion choices. The problem is that when you are looking at people shopping and you are looking at people buying and you're seeing the kind of items that they're buying, it's encouraging you to go out and spend your money on those same things. And that's going to be very detrimental to your goals to overcome your shopping addiction. You're watching other people showing off the things that they've just purchased, and that makes you want to purchase something that is the same or better than whatever they have just bought. So rather than watching social media that glorifies shopping, maybe turn to something that's a little bit less focused on shopping and spending and really just getting more items, and maybe focus on cleaning up, or maybe focus on something that is getting rid of items. You could also look at social media that is focused on maybe building up a new skill or teaching you something really interesting, like let's say a science channel. Really kind of find your own personal interests that are outside of shopping and turn your social media onto those kind of channels and that kind of content to break away from that consumption of shopping related content. The fifth habit that you can develop to help you overcome a shopping addiction is to start selling the items that you have. Now, when you are looking at selling items in your closet or from your wardrobe, or really just anything that you've been buying on impulse, you really want to start with the things that are easy. Maybe start with the clothes that are not in your personal style or that you've kind of outgrown and they're not really suitable anymore and you just don't wear them. Or start with maybe purses that you don't really like, or shoes that are not appealing to you, or any other items that are very easy to sell. And work your way up to those more complicated items where you're like, well, I do like this thing, but I don't really wear it very often. And work your way up to a point where you are getting rid of more things than you are bringing in. The thing about selling items that you have rather than buying is that, for one thing, it's going to help put a little bit more money back into your pocket that you can then use to build up an emergency fund or to start investing or to otherwise build up your finances. The other benefit of selling is that it's really helping you evaluate your own spending habits. It's helping you organize what you really value when you buy something, and that gives it a little bit of a boost when it comes to not spending when you're at the store or when you're looking at something online. It gives you a chance to reevaluate the way that you are valuing items that you purchase. And that's really helpful when it comes to a shopping addiction, because it helps you take a step back and really think through your purchases before you buy. And that's going to make it easier for you to avoid those impulse purchases and kind of get yourself back into a state where you are no longer buying everything that you see in the store, and you're able to really focus on whether or not the item will add value to your life. It also gives you a little bit of a chance to kind of look through your things and see if anything is just not working for you anymore. And that's a really great tool to help you kind of put things in perspective so that you are able to get things under control again. That's it for today's video. If you like the video, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.